to the boys.
Woo! Oh, I fucked.
What is going on, guys? So for today's video, I just wanted to start off quick by saying thank you so much for 4,000 subscribers. We really appreciate it, yeah. But which way are you going? But yeah, so hit 4,000, I think. What was it, yesterday? And probably from the help of Young Static, LA Tommy, and Mark from Honda Street Garage for my shout out, or them shouting me out in their Chronicles recap videos. Probably definitely helped, like I said. So, yeah, just want to say thank you, guys. So today was more of a subscriber requested video. I've done this video before, way back when I moved back to Arizona, just a hair over a year ago. But a lot has changed since then. So it's gonna be basically just me talking about what's all done to the car, because I've got a lot done. I like to think it's a lot, at least. Also, before I do that, I want to give a shout out to whoever was in the intersection the other day when I was on my way to go skate. You were in a white Lexus and you yelled at me. Yelled that you watched my videos. Appreciate you. I heard you. Alright, well, I guess we can just jump right into this, and I guess we should probably start with the engine bay, seeing as that's kind of what moves the car. So might as well. So jumping right into this, and I know a few of you guys have commented saying that like my audio fades in and out. It's because I have a directional mic. So this is me with the camera right underneath my chin, see, right up here, and so my mic is like right next to my mouth, and this is me talking kind of farther back here. So no, I have a very good mic actually, but it's because it's a good mic, it's a directional mic, so quit your whining. Alright, so starting off, we have JDM B20B low compression block with a B16A head, and then we have OBX freaking cam seals, 6-speed freaking oil pan. Wow, I am retarded. 6-speed oil freaking cap, and then obviously just a little pod filter because I don't have the tube running to the intake, because I mean that's kind of useless, just venting it. This is just an eBay setup for the oil feed line to the head. It's I don't know what brand it is. I know it has a name brand on it. I don't know, but it works just fine. These are, I believe, DNA Racing 4-to-1 headers. This right here is just a eBay dual-core aluminum radiator. It's lasted me about a year and a half, but it is starting to leak. That's why I got some crap down there. So this is going to be getting swapped out with a Mishimoto half-size. And then I have Hasport, I want to say it's 90A urethane, basically just Hasport solid mounts. And then I've got VMS adjustable cam gears, B16 intake. This right here is kind of my own little DIY freaking power steering breather, because obviously I don't have power steering, so I looped the rack and then vented it, so that way it's not as hard to turn. Then obviously just hot air intake, if you want to call it that, since it doesn't really do much cold sucking other than right there, but nonetheless. Obviously strut tower bar from the front, and then I've got the oil catch can setup. I think it's not some fancy name brand, it's just a Speed Daddy, but it's vented from the back of the block, and this thing does a perfectly good job of what it's designed to do. So the car itself is a 92 LS, but when I got the car originally, it had a 90-91 front end on it. So I went to the junkyard and picked up this bumper. So this is a 92-93 front end with obviously 92-93 mounts. This is a Type R style front lip. I don't like it anymore. I thought it was cool for a while, but I like the Mugen style. The one that comes up here and kind of has like little vents right there or whatever. These are just eBay canards because nobody makes canards for the DA. Not that I can find, at least. So if you know anybody, hit me up and I can get some better ones, because I mean these ones do the job, but I don't know. Whatever. Alright, so moving on to the wheel setup. These are Enki RPF 1s. Yes, they are real. Yes, they are made in Japan. I think these ones are, I want to say 16 by 7 or 16 by 7.5 with like positive 25 or positive 43 offset. I can't remember. It doesn't matter to me, honestly. So Yeah, that's pretty much it. Running a 205/55 Falcon Pro G4 tire. I definitely want to get meatier tires though, like more racing style tires, because these tires honestly don't have the best of grip. And then as for the brakes, I'm just running stock brakes. I am going to be doing either a Willwood 4-piston setup, or I'm going to be trying to do the DIY big brake upgrade, which is basically like, I want to say Acura Legend calipers with Mini Cooper rotors. So, should be good, but either way, I don't know, I might just go with the Willwood because they're pretty freaking legit. Okay, so I know a lot of you question me about my wing. This is a carbon fiber. Yes, real carbon fiber. It is a replica of the Hyro wing that they made a limited run of back in the early 90s when this car was big, and then Pancake Racing made some replicas, and then they died out for a while, but I was able to get my hands on a carbon fiber one. So, yeah, that's for you guys always trying to ask me. And yeah, so exhaust setup. I have 2.5-inch piping, just straight pipe, but it's coming from a resonator. I have an 18-inch resonator, so that's what gives it that low growl sound. Rice tow hook, I thought it was going to be useful, but I'm just going to go with the tow strap instead, just because it's in the way, and I think it looks kind of like cheeky. So yeah. Also, a lot of you guys asked me what taillights these are. These are, I want to say 90 to 91 taillights, aka the 50/50 lights. If you know, on the 92, 93, this section right here for your turn signal is going to be tinted that orangish color. So I just love these taillights because they just match the car so much better. Shout out to Dan Mafia. Okay, so next up I will be talking about the suspension. Can't really crawl under the car right now, and I don't feel like jacking it up, so you're just going to have to take my word for it. Right now, for coilovers, I'm running Function Inform Type 1s. Perfect for daily driving, like I love them, but I need something with dampening adjustment and a little bit stiffer of a spring rate, because I have a little more body roll than I'd like, and if I really beat on the car and I'm getting really into the turns, every now and again it'll rub. So I just want something that I can control more. But other than that, these are tremendous coilovers. I've had them for a year and a half, no issues. Well, I had one of them go bad because of a faulty gas chamber, and they replaced it right away. So yeah, I recommend them if you're looking for good coilovers to get low on with good ride quality. Can't really see it up there, but I'm also running Skunk 2 adjustable camber arms, upper control arms, whatever you want to call them. So basically, yeah, they're the red ones with the Skunk 2 ball joints, which are tremendous. I love them. They feel amazing, and they give you just enough adjustment that I need. I'm not all stanced out anymore, so I don't need to go crazy with the camber. It's got positive and negative 3 degrees, I believe, is like the ratio or something like that. I want to say it can go up to positive. I don't know. I know it can go as low as -3. So I've got mine like -0.5 to -1 degree right now. And then in the rear, I think I just have no name rear camber kits, because honestly the only thing that you're paying for when it comes to rear camber kits is the name and the bushing. So I'd rather spend $15 on no name camber kits and have them go out every 20,000 miles and spend $180 on a fancy set that do the exact same thing, and the bushing just lasts a bit longer. But I used to have hard race ones on here, but those ones went out on me. So yeah, just using some red eBay ones. They work for me. Alright, I think I can show you these ones. So my control arms, which would be these gold pieces right here. Those are Blackworks Racing lower control arms. If you don't know the purpose of having lower control arms that are aftermarket, mine, they're lighter, basically. That's it. They're lighter, and they look a hell of a lot better. They're not so chunky. They're not cast iron. They're lightweight, freaking T606 grade aluminum or whatever. And yeah, they're pretty. I mean, since I got the half cut rear bumper, like I cut my bumper in half, like you can see them pretty well driving from behind me. But I'm trying to get a gold subframe brace. If you don't know what that's for, it's also for looks, but it also allows you to bolt up aftermarket sway bars. But I really want the gold one because I like gold.
I love gold!
And I should also mention that I'm running, like I said, stock calipers and stuff, but I am running steel braided brake lines on all 4 corners of the car. I've never had any issues with them. I don't remember what brand it is, because that was like one of the first actual mods I did to the car a long time ago, before I started doing the YouTube. So I mean, I don't know, they work. So I also am running energy suspension bushing inserts everywhere on the car. So shift linkage, steering rack, control arms, upper control. Well, the upper control arms in the front are still running the Skunk 2 ones, which is fine because I don't want to swap those out because they're just as fine. But yeah, energy suspension bushings everywhere except for the trailing arm bushings. And if you just saw a few videos ago, I replaced the OEM ones with hard race, and I love them. I definitely recommend them. So, I mean, in essence, you could technically say this car has been rebuilt from the ground up because everything underneath the car is swapped out. Although the bottom side really does need a power wash because all the years of this car leaking oil and all the blowback, it's gross under there. But I don't have a power washer or a lift here, so I can't really do that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for suspension, control arms, freaking coilovers, bushings, camber kits. Yeah, that's basically it. So now we're going to move on to the interior. Not really anything special. If you're wondering what color interior this is, if you don't already know, this is Pommy Blue. Pommy Blue. This right here, my NRG bucket seat, I've had for probably like 7 months now. I love it. I mean, the fabric could be a little bit better because you can see it kind of like gets worn out, especially from my harness kind of sitting on it. But other than that, not the most comfortable seat to sit in for super long drives, but really are any bucket seats. Other than that, it's a very sturdy seat. Like, it really doesn't really have any flex to it at all. What is that? Fiberglass, I'm pretty sure. Harness is Tanaka. I don't like them. I don't recommend them, but they work. I do plan on getting either some race quip or some Takatas. But for steering wheel setup, that's an NRG deep dish. Freaking, it used to be suede, now it's just gross. And then with the Generation 2 quick release and the NRG short hub, so goldish orange. It was more gold when I bought it. The sun kind of faded it into an orange. But yeah, other than that, I'm using a JDM XSI cluster, so that's why it's in kilometers and why my TAC goes up to 9,000. Kind of annoying sometimes because of the kilometers thing. You kind of get used to it, but I did notice going to this cluster it's off by like 200 RPM. So VTEC for me is at 4,200. This one hits it at like 4,000, 4,100. But yeah, other than that, the rest of the interior is pretty much stock, or at least what's left of it. For the rear, I have the rear strut bar. I have the C-pillar bar, which took me so freaking long to get. It took me like 3 years to find one. I can't find them anywhere, so I'm stoked on that one, even though it looks kind of DIY, but it's solid. I go to the rear half because, 1, I love how it looks, and 2, because I plan on putting a cage in it. So, don't really need it. Got the OEM floor mats. I found these at a junkyard. So, really stoked on those. I have the armrest, which, if you guys know, if you guys try and find them, very hard to find. So, pretty stoked on that. Other than that, yeah, rest of the interior is bone stock. Like I said, it's the LS model, so it's got power windows. It's got the sunroof and all that up here. I would also mention that, even though you can't see it over there because it's shadowed, my fuse box has been relocated. My engine bay fuse box, has been relocated to the passenger footwell. I don't know if you guys noticed it when I was doing this earlier, but the car is wire tucked. Not 100%, obviously, since there's still a little bit of wires back here and ground cables and stuff, but yeah, for the most part it's wire tucked, so all the wires, whatnot, in the fenders and fuse box relocated up there, so it's nice and clean. Just in case some of you guys ask how my seat's mounted in here, like what seat rail I'm using, this is just the OEM seat rail. I basically just had these 2 steel bars or whatever. I just made a frame with these, welded them onto the OEM sliders, and then just bolted it straight to the seat. Made it really simple that way. I almost forgot to talk about my shifter setup. This is the K-Tune Pro Circuit 2 shifter, which is attached to my innovative shift linkage with the innovative freaking joint up there, whatever it's called. And it's extremely solid. The throw is great. It's adjustable in both like physical height and the throw of the shifter. Mine is, I'm fairly tall right now. I still got all that room of adjustment. But my my throw, I don't know, it's probably like a 4-inch throw right now. I can still lower it down like that much more on the fulcrum point, so I can probably get this to be like, so it's pretty sick though. I definitely recommend it. Very good shifter, looks really sick, although I'm not running a shift boot because you kind of gotta hack up a shift boot a little bit, and because I didn't want to do that, and because race car. Some of you might also ask what ECU I'm running. Just stock P28, or kind of stock. It's just socketed and chipped running a custom base map. So yeah, I got that question a few times on the last video. So yeah, that's pretty much the entirety of what's on the car right now. I mean, there's a couple little random goodies here and there, like I've got the fog light mod, so that way I can run my fog lights in the front separate from my headlights. That's a really simple mod. Just splice in the fog light power wire to the rear defroster power wire so you get constant voltage on ignition. And yeah, that's honestly pretty much it. Just paint body work, and then all the suspension work, and then the motor build, and a couple things on the interior. I do have more stuff that I plan on doing to the car. Like I said, I still need to get better coilovers. I still trying to get a cage. I need those gauges. I need probably a better intake manifold. I need a bigger throttle body. I need a fuel rail. I need fuel pressure regulator. Traction bar. Still plan on getting the innovative traction bar. And then other than that, once I get those things, even before I get those things, but probably after I get those things, I just need to basically race the car. I just need to drive it on a track. I need to push it to its limits and see what the car actually needs after that. But I guess it's probably going to be this video. I don't know. I guess I'm just going to wait it out for the rest of the day. Play some Call of Duty tonight. Hopefully after today, which is Thursday the 2nd, K-Sport should be back from SEMA. So hopefully I should be getting a call about this job any day now. If not, then I'm going to be going back to Walmart for a couple months and then hopefully figure something out from there. Anyways, guys, I want to thank you all so much again for 4,000. Welcome, new subscribers. Stick around. I do car stuff, a lot of Integra stuff. I do a lot of skateboarding, ride for Atomic 7 Studio, Thrash Dad, and I just make videos about all of it. Do whatever I want, vlogging, cars, driving, skating, messing with people, whatever. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, which will be down in the description below, and then comment freaking #racecar if you guys have race cars, and see you guys for the next video, guys. Peace out.
My American apparel, but to wear, and